Whew, so the argument rages on my post where I talked about how a lot of retro games are just repackaged ROMs. A good half of the people who responded to my video responded with Nintendo is the devil and I hate them. The other half responded with Nintendo can do nothing wrong and how dare you say that they can't do what they want to do with their product. And let me say something. If this area is where the point is, y'all are over in Africa. You missed the point, that's what I mean. When I said most classic games are repackaged ROMs, that's not me speculating. This is well-known info that practically every company does. And the reason why that's an issue is not because I think any of these companies are scamming you out of money by reselling you that product, or that I think that you should just download the ROMs and emulate them yourselves. The reason why this is an issue is because we're very, very bad at game preservation. Most companies do not have a vault where they keep the original code for the games that they've made. And even if they did, most of those games will not run on modern architecture. Furthermore, we have very few libraries where video games are cataloged. We have massive, vast libraries for books and news articles and movies and TV shows and music. But for games we don't, and part of the reason we don't is because in the gaming world, and the software world in general, we give a lot of power to software publishers. Yes, it is their product, but books and movies and music are products too. But we as a society have agreed that there is more value to those things than just as products. There is value to them as art, and art needs to be preserved. So libraries get special permissions to catalog and chronicle different works of art. They have special permission to reprint certain things. They have special technology that can show you articles in different formats than their original. This is roughly analogous to emulation. In fact, any good video game library should have both the original hardware playing the original game and emulators running in a way that we can see the hex code, or just the original code in general. And that's my issue when people say, well, it's Nintendo's product, they can do anything they want with it. And honestly, I want the focus to get off Nintendo because any company that does this is a problem. If you look at video games as just products, then that's all they'll ever be. As soon as Nintendo doesn't care to sell them anymore, then they lose all value, and all further generations will never be able to play them and never be able to experience them. Libraries and art preservation in general want to avoid that. They believe that future generations have a right to these experiences, a right to learn and analyze them, even if the people who made and own them don't feel the same way. The thing is, companies that push back against hacking and emulation are warring against that. They're pushing against the necessary tools for game preservation, all in the pursuit of making more money and having more control over their product. It's my personal opinion that yes, we do need some degree of game preservation, because I do think games are more than just a product. I do think that they're art.